Hi, I'm Pattu from freefincal. Today let's talk about why time in the market is not different from timing the market. In fact, one can argue that time in the market is just another form of timing the market. Now, if you've been investing in mutual funds, I'm sure you must have heard this saying that time in the market is better than timing the market. This actually originates from AMC people and their sales guys, because if you say that, people would keep investing and not pull out if the market has fallen down or the PE is too high and so on. So the AUM will not fluctuate, their income will not fluctuate and so on. And that's why this propaganda started. But that's actually quite incorrect, because both people who, whether you say somebody is trying to time the market, which is actually some form of tactical asset allocation, that is when they feel the market is overheated, they try to pull out, or they feel the market is about to lose momentum, they pull out and they re-enter when the market has cooled down or when the market momentum has just picked up. That's called market timing. I have done back tested several types of market timing strategies, and I have an archive of them. The link can be found in this post. Now, time in the market is also called as staying invested at all times, or buy and hold, and so on. And as far as the AMCs are concerned, time in the market simply means investing via SIP for the long term. They want to make investors believe that volatility is temporary, but compounding will definitely work in the long term, and so on. If there's one thing that is constant about the stock market, is volatility. Volatility in the stock market will never die down, it will never go away, it's always constant. Now, there is this book that was released a few months ago by Morgan Housel, The Psychology of Money, Timeless Lessons on Wealth, Greed and Happiness. It's a very good book, that's no doubt about that. But he also makes the same mistake. He keeps talking about how staying invested will lead to power of compounding and so on, but he also says only the paranoid would survive, and there is always uncertainty. One should appreciate it, one should appreciate new risks, unknown risks, and it's very important to recognize the value of the role of luck and so on. But that's the problem with writing a book for newbies. I don't think it's a book for newbies, but well, at least people who know personal finance will be able to enjoy it. It's very difficult to write a book without contradicting yourself. No, if you say my past returns are because of luck, I'm very happy to agree with that. But I cannot leave the fate of my future returns to luck and say compounding will always work. Compounding does not always work, because that's the problem. That's why I keep saying there's no compounding. Now, anyway, I don't want to get into that. The problem I want to talk about here is that people incorrectly believe that time in the market is different from timing the market. Now, timing the market is basically like playing cricket. Now, if there is a little bit of rain, slight drizzle, there's no problem, play can continue. But if it starts to pour, then the players have to go in, then they'll pitch inspection, pitch reports, then they'll have to wait for it, and then only they'll come back. Whereas if you take football can be played in and is being played in bad weather, whether it is cold or biting cold or heavy rain. The footballers continue playing, and time in the market is like playing football, and timing the market is like playing cricket. And when you are hoping that staying invested will work, what you say is that, okay, let me get wet, I'll just keep playing, so eventually the sun will come out. Whereas the guy who wants to time the market, what he wants to do is when it starts to rain, he pulls out, he goes back inside, and when it stops raining, he wants to come back inside into the market. Now, the danger in doing so is that you may pull out too soon, and you may enter too soon, or whatever, too late, whatever, so that kind of thing. But of course, there are a lot of behavioral issues, technical problems associated with market timing, but we do not recognize that there's a lot of behavioral issues and technical issues associated with staying invested as well. That is time in the market as well. A fellow who stays invested simply believes that stock market cannot be down forever. It will go up sometime, let me just get wet and face the losses. When it goes up, I will make it up. That's all that they are doing, and that is also market timing in a way, because they are waiting for those huge returns. See, stock market returns are not going to be constant. Obviously, everybody knows that. See, these are 1 year returns of the Nifty 500. You can see that's a bumper return there. That's a bumper loss. Then a more or less this way, that way return. Then there's a bumper return here and there. So when you face that bumper loss, big loss, you are going to be staying invested for that big return. And a combination of a bumper return here or there is what is going to eventually result in a CAGR of 10% or 12% or whatever it is. So both the market timer as well as staying invested guy, they are waiting for those huge returns. Of course, there are dangers, risks in doing both, but everybody is waiting, everybody is timing the market in that sense. Now, people say, when I show a back test, people are very quick to comment and say, oh, emotions cannot be back tested and so on. There are emotions involved in staying invested as well. When you say, oh, over the last 15 years, a simple SIP has given this much return, that much return, and so on. That is also a back test without emotions, and most people don't continue their SIP. We know how investors behave once you keep seeing them for a few years. So in that sense, both time in the market and timing the market have got emotional issues, behavioral issues, technical problems, misunderstanding of risk and reward. Because if, for example, many people think that timing the market is for better returns. Actually, if you time the market, you can reduce risk in a very good manner, but better returns, extra returns may or may not happen. So the same is also true for time in the market. If you stay invested, doesn't mean you're going to get any returns for sure. There's no guarantee. The sales guys will say that, but you know that there's no guarantee. So there's fundamentally no difference between these two. Time in the market is one form of timing the market, where you just stay put and you just don't leave where you are and so on. So there's absolutely no difference. It's just our own understanding. So people say we should not say such things to newbies. Newbies will get discouraged. They will not invest and so on. I don't care what newbies do, but I will certainly not tell lies to help people get financial literacy. Many people think that financial literacy comes automatically if you start investing in mutual funds, which is bullshit. Now so it's very important to appreciate the risks of what we are doing and then start investing. There's no difference between these two so-called different ideas. Bye bye.